Okay, so this one is a little bit different. It's kind of fun. Different doesn't necessarily mean hard, but we have to think about the term in terms of what the information is that they give us, okay? So that's why I put in the title, they give us data, okay? It says if f is a linear function with f of 3 equaling -2 and f of 8 equaling 1, find an equation for the function in slope-intercept form. Okay, so what does this mean, f of 3 equals -2? It's an input-output idea. It means you have a point when x is 3, y is -2. Or when the input is 3, the output is -2. This other one is also a point. It's going to be an input of 8 and an output of 1. So we needed to know that. We needed to be able to pull that information from the data. So that was kind of the big idea here that I thought might be a little interesting. Now that we have 2 points, when we write it as 2 points, then we can use the slope formula. So you're going to go 1 minus a -2, so you can go find the slope formula if you need to, over 8 minus 3. And that's going to be 3 over 5 for the slope. Okay, we've got the slope then. Hopefully I got that calculated right. Okay, looks good. So I'm probably going to have to use point slope form. Now, why couldn't I use the y-intercept form? I mean, or slope-intercept form. They want it in that form. I don't know what the y-intercept is. Okay, now you could graph this and you could try to eyeball it, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would just use the point slope. So here's our point slope form. Okay. We know the slope and we know a point. I'll just use this point for the point that I know. So it doesn't matter which point you use. In fact, if you don't, you believe me, try the other one, but it should come out the same. Our slope is 3 over 5. Okay, so I have y plus 2 equals 3/5 x minus 9/5, a little bit of fraction work there. Remember, we multiply. You could put 3 over 1 if you want to do that. Okay, they do want us to simplify this, so let me move this up a little bit. And we're going to have to subtract 2 from both sides, but that's going to require a little fraction work. So I'm going to write it as 3 over 5x so I can see the slope. Now I have a -9/5, and I'm subtracting 2, or -9/5 minus 10/5, right? So get the common denominator. So I know sometimes it's been a while since we've done some math, but anyway. And that's going to be minus 19/5. So that would have been pretty hard to read off the graph, but for the intercept, the y-intercept. But there we go. That's the equation in slope-intercept form, and that's what they wanted.